Have you ever had to have a ride to work or school or any other place because maybe you didn't have your own transportation? So you're sitting there trying to figure out who's going to take you. Maybe you're lucky and you have someone who's pretty reliable who takes you everywhere you need to go on time. And this is me pretty much every day trying to get a ride to work. Usually it's my sister who takes me. Sometimes my mom lets me use her car. Sometimes I'm scrambling at the last minute trying to find someone to take me, getting ready to skateboard to work because I'm not sure if I can find a ride. Well, how did I find myself in this situation? 2 years ago, I had a car. I was in Tucson, Arizona, working at Starbucks on the University of Arizona campus and living on the Air Force Base with my brother. I was driving from the Air Force Base to Starbucks on the campus and taking the same route I always take, and I look up at the road and I'm seeing a green light in front of me, but I'm also looking down at my phone and I see a Snapchat from a boy who I liked. I called him my part-time boyfriend. Yeah, so I go to text my part-time boyfriend through Snapchat. I take a selfie, nothing crazy, just, a quick little snap while I'm driving. Definitely not safe, right? And I think of what I'm going to say to him. Look, the light's still green. I'm still driving. I have about 60 yards in front of me. Plenty of time, I tell myself. And I start typing out what I'm going to say to him. And I'm typing and I'm looking and I'm driving. And do I really want to say that? I don't know. I delete my message. I'm going to say this instead. So I start typing, and I'm typing my new message, and I look up, and all of a sudden, the green light's not there anymore. It's red, and there's a semi-truck pulling in front of me. He's making a left-hand turn. The semi-truck had a green turn arrow. I think, what am I going to do? I'm going to hit the semi-truck head-on. So I start to turn left, but from my left, there's oncoming traffic coming this way, and if I continue, I'm going to get hit like a T-bone. That would have been worse. So instead I am at an angle like this because I started turning, and I hit my brakes and I just drift like that right into the semi-truck. And the corner of my car, the right-hand corner, the passenger side corner, starts to crunch like an accordion all the way up into my windshield. And when the momentum hit my windshield, it cracked. My entire windshield shattered into pieces. Luckily, it didn't break off into my vehicle. It broke outward. The window on the passenger side broke as well, and my airbags deployed. The buttons on my shirt left welt marks where the airbag hit them, because as soon as I had enough time to think of what was going on, I put my arms up and I braced my head back and I got ready for it, because once I realized there was no avoiding it, my brakes wouldn't stop fast enough, I couldn't turn to get out of the way, I just accepted it. I was going to hit this truck. How was I going to hit this truck? Well, I tried my best to protect myself, protect my face, and luckily I was at an angle, so the passenger side took most of the damage instead of the driver's side. And then what happened? Well, I was sitting there for quite some time. Katy Perry was playing on the radio. Do you ever wish your plastic bag drifting through the wind is the last thing I might have heard before crashing my car? And sending a Snapchat was the last thing I had done before crashing my car, which is equally as silly as Katy Perry. So this man gets out of his vehicle, his semi-truck, and he walks over to me, and I hear him talking on the phone, and he looks at me and he says, "Are you okay? Are you all right? Do you have any injuries?" I don't say a word, I just stare at him. I'm overwhelmed, I'm in shock. I don't know what I just did. Did I really just do this? Did I really just crash my car? He looks into his phone, he says, "Yeah, she's in shock, but she looks okay. She's not moving in there. She's looking at me." I pay attention to the man again, and I say, "No, I'm okay." I get out of my vehicle, and I go over and start talking to him. "Are you okay?" I ask him. "Are you okay?" "I'm so sorry I did this. I'm so sorry I hit you." And he says, "No, it's okay, it's okay. As long as you are okay, that is all that matters. This is a whale right here. It weighs thousands of pounds. You didn't even leave a scratch. So luckily, I didn't hurt anybody else. All I did was hurt my vehicle. And total my vehicle, really, because it's been 2 years and I still don't have a car. That was my consequence. I lost out on that vehicle, and it's taken me all this time, and I'm still trying to save money to get a new car. Distracted driving is a bigger problem than we think, because we think we can just check our phone and send a quick Snapchat, look at our text real quick, maybe take a phone call. In fact, 50% of teen drivers admit to talking on their phone and driving at the same time. Well, when people get into accidents and they're talking and driving, the reaction time is delayed to that of a 70-year-old. And just the likelihood of accidents increases by double. You're twice as likely to get in an accident if you're talking on your phone. These are just some of the repercussions of distracted driving. Some of them you get out scot-free, like I did. Maybe you just lose a car, but you have no viable injuries to yourself, luckily. But sometimes it can be a lot worse. Next up is Kendall to talk to you about the consequences and other causes of distracted driving.